Oh no! No! Oh! What's up, everyone? Welcome back to ThirdStreet Reactions. I'm James.
Malachi.
Shane.
Tom.
And we're back with Archer, Season 3, Episode 12. Guys, what happened last episode?
Krieger, he tried to do Archer a solid, and I think because of his own crazed obsessions with his experiments, he brought Katya back.
He was very proud of that, because he kept getting an
form.
erection. Yeah, I think he kept the erection.
Synthetic vagina.
Yep. Oh.
In the sink.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
I don't know.
You don't know.
What I've been through, because what I've been through recently, a cyborg woman sounds pretty fucking good, actually.
Dude, she wasn't even loyal.
That's true. She wasn't loyal. Like, I better not say it on camera.
She was being a hoe.
She was not being loyal.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong.
Like a lot of
the
people,
writers
like
and the audience knows that's what she was doing.
Was there any expectation of her to be loyal, though, given that she's a robot?
I would naturally think it would be programmed to be more loyal to Archer.
Yeah, but do you want that?
Yeah. Do you want a loyal woman, cyborg or not? 100%.
Yeah, but loyalty, that's not loyalty then. Loyalty is something you choose. That's what makes it loyalty. Because it's a virtue. If it's not...
True, that's true. But, I don't know. It's a tough thing. We talked about cyborgs on the last post talk. To me, it's going to happen. Probably not in our lifetime. But if I was 100 years down the road, 200 years down the road, and it's hard to find a good partner, and this fucking cyborg is identical to a woman, and you can't tell the difference?
You're just jacking off in some thing, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like, okay, there's this movie with Joaquin Phoenix called Her.
Okay.
And it was critically acclaimed. I'll watch it. Scarlett Johansson was playing the voice, but it's just like this AI robot thing. He was talking to her on the phone. He fell in love with her. And it's about that. And just, it's not, and she's like, hey, I'm not real.
Wow.
I guess
sounds good.
I guess what my question is, are we hating on her for being disloyal because she's a robot?
I'm not hating on her for being a robot. I'm hating on her for being disloyal.
Yeah,
so the robot thing is irrelevant.
Irrelevant.
Well, I just wouldn't go for that. You know what I mean? Like,
some guys like it. Never mind.
What, disloyal chicks? No, I don't think so.
No.
It's going to happen, though. There's going to be cyborg dating. I mean, we already talked about it a little bit. There's already some robots. I don't know if they're robots, but there's sex dolls that are very realistic. Japanese.
Yeah.
So it's going to happen, and it's going to be interesting to see how it affects dating. We won't be here for it probably, but how it affects dating and relationships.
Well, okay, so what's interesting is women throughout our history and throughout most animal kingdom, they guard reproduction.
Right.
Like, if someone is good enough, they can reproduce and pass on their genes if they prove themselves.
Right.
And so women guard, sex. They don't give it out freely, and neither should they.
Right.
But because we had the sexual revolution, like, for a while everyone was having more sex, and now there's a minority of men having sex with the majority of women.
Yeah.
And we see that trend becoming more and more extreme.
There's different socioeconomic reasons for that too, I think, right? Like,
well, yeah.
wealth, status.
Yeah, but because of the globalization of dating and hooking up, because of like these apps, and Instagram, stuff like that, a girl, she's not stuck dating the guy in her hometown.
Exactly.
She just go find someone anywhere.
Exactly.
And so it's become very serial. It's become very robotic. You just keep swiping until you find someone you like, and that's it.
There's a lot of lonely men out there.
Yeah, more than ever, unfortunately. But also the thing, what you were saying, Jamie, if men have a way to have another outlet, like they have realistic sex dolls, I'm sure most men would use them.
Yeah, I think they will, and I think it'll.
And they might feel like, dude, I don't need to like get into I don't need to like chase after a girl who doesn't want me, or I don't need to get in a situation where if I get divorced, I'm gonna lose half my shit, have to pay alimony.
If you think about it, I'm sorry, Jamie, go ahead.
It depends on how realistic they are. I mean, and I'm not trying to be sexist at all, but if a guy can buy a doll that's extremely realistic, robotic, I'm just saying, does the laundry, does the dishes, he just goes out and makes a paycheck, like, that could be extinction.
Well, I think it'll happen in virtual reality first.
Yeah, virtual reality, yeah.
Because, like, it's basically in virtual reality, like we have, but it's not realistic. We have video games now where these simulators where you can have like a wife on there.
Right.
I wonder,
But you just gotta jack off, you know. But if you have a virtual reality thing and you have like this fucking machine come over your dick,
right?
You know what I mean? Like,
Here's
I guess,
the deal.
Yeah.
Reproduction. A guy can't reproduce with a fucking cyborg. So that is an issue if a guy wants offspring.
But does the robot thing change the dichotomy of the sexual marketplace in terms of women having the advantage?
That's what I was getting to. So if that happened, I think right now, like, because women have and they should have the power when it comes to, controlling reproduction.
Right.
And it's really interesting, like during wartime when there's less men and more women because a bunch of men get killed.
Right.
Like the way it flips, you know what I mean?
Shift, yeah.
It shifts, and even like an emphasis on religion will shift if there's like 1.5 men for every woman or 1.5 women for every man. Like even religion will shift in terms of its emphasis, in terms of like how people emphasize in their lives. Because there's an argument to be said that sometimes people use religion to control people, control women, they control sex.
Sure.
So I think if that happened, then it would even up things a little bit. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
because honestly, if women couldn't, if women didn't have the same power sexual power they have now, especially like with the globalization of dating with like OnlyFans,
Instagram,
and they just lost all that.
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah.
Statistically, if there's one beautiful woman standing in the corner now, instead of all four of us, wanting to say, well, whatever, I got my robot at home, 2 of us do, and the other one's just like kind of what. Now all of a sudden, statistically, now 75% of her audience has just dropped off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because men, even when they're in surveys, when they say they're committed and are very happy relationships, they still have a wandering eye.
Yeah.
Like men, I think it's because of just the nature of our evolutionary history. I don't even know if I believe in that, honestly, but the nature of how we were created, we want to reproduce with as many women as possible.
Well, that's the crazy thing about the cyborg thing is, if you had one and you got bored of it, you could take it back and exchange it. And I know that sounds crazy and crass.
We're talking about loyalty here. You tired of your robot, you take your fucking robot back, another robot. You're not loyal.
You don't have to be loyal to a robot. Come on. That's part of the beauty of it. But, hey, this is kind of a switch here, but this new dynamic of social media and Instagram and dating apps has now elevated even average looking women, right?
Yeah,
and
for sure.
And I don't say that to be mean, but I've talked to women that they're just average looking women that have tons and tons and tons of guys in their inbox all the time, right? Where before, 20, 30 years ago, an average woman would, meet an average guy like me, and they would settle down. And now it's just like even average or some probably below average women got so many guys in their inbox. They have so many
That's
options.
why a minority of men they're controlling the sexual market, and they have the majority of women.
Yeah,
they call that hoflation. Funny enough.
But then Jamie,
it's because if getting sexual intercourse becomes very easy for men or some men, then it kind of the price of it drops. Back in the day, you used to have to commit, and you used to have all the status and wealth.
Yep. But then Jamie, so you made an interesting point when you said, well, I wouldn't feel that loyalty to a robot. Mm-hmm. So it goes back to my original question of, were we expecting Katya as a robot to be loyal to Archer? Then, with that being said,
I mean, I think it just depends. I think, yeah. I mean, so the way I'm viewing robots is a possession. Okay, I don't view your wife like a human, a wife or girlfriend is a possession.
So it's like an object. It's a car.
It's terrible to say probably because if they do have a personality and feelings and stuff like that, but it's different because they don't have a soul and they're not real per se.
Yeah.
Right. But a human, like a woman, wife, that's not a possession. That's your partner. So it's just completely different to me.
So I don't think you could easily be fulfilled the same way.
And you might not be able to have the depth of the relationship that you'd want with a robot. And that's why it's going to be interesting. We probably won't see it, but it'll be interesting to see what that looks like in the future.
Yeah.
How did it get from Barry and her like throwing each other through walls and like trying to murder each other to
You got into it. You got
It
into
didn't
it.
show that. It just he
gotta-
looked through the hole and
within like 30 seconds?
yeah, he looked through the hole and then Barry was in the hole. I don't know how.
It's, I've been with women. I've been in situations where it's become like the argument has escalated to the point, and this never happened. Like I've never been physical, but where they like will be like trying to hit me or punch me,
Oh yeah,
and I'll be fucking just blocking and pushing them.
right. I've had that happen.
And you know, like one time there was this in the pushing, I had to be more aggressive.
Yeah, to
And-
protect yourself.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
one time I pulled one of these out, and then like they punched my elbow.
Ooh.
I go boom, you know what I mean? They punch my elbow, they start crying. I just give them a hug, and then we just go crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, okay. It's like I realized at a young age that sometimes this drama could make a relationship to a girl who's starting to become bored much more compelling. And then I got into the trap of trying to artificially sometimes create drama.
Yeah. No, I hear
I mean,
you.
what the fuck is this? Even though like I'm not that type of person,
That re-
I'm pretty chill.
Yeah.
But you know,
An emotionally based.
yeah. But then I got into the trap of having to keep doing it, and then like the relationship needs more of that
More craziness. Yeah.
to like get those highs like a drug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Aladdin tells Genie, I can't keep this up on my own.
Yeah. Yeah. Malachi, I'm sure you want to watch the episode. Guys, before we jump in, if you want to support us, make sure you go to Patreon. We have full length, uncut reactions. We also have the next 4 weeks on there. Let's jump in.
Tony, the crew is... We are under... Again, we... And that, Mrs. Archer?
Miss.
Don't. Ah, Ms. Archer. I beg your pardon.
Don't.
That was the last transmission from the horizon.
Which, obviously, pretty vague.
Vague? You heard Commander Kellogg. He said the horizon is under attack.
Well, under something.
He could have been saying underfinanced.
What?
Sterling?
What? They're always whining about...
Now more than ever is when we need to look to space for the solution to mankind's problems. In just 200 years, Earth's population will exceed her capacity to produce enough food. And even as the famines begin, global war will erupt. A small group of brave colonists can terraform Mars to live forever among the stars.
Yeah, Lana. Jesus, read a book once in your life. So, where does I...
That's a bit premature until we discuss our fee structure.
As to that, you can name your price.
Oh, now.
Jeez.
Horizon has an international crew. American, German, Chinese, French.
Ba-dum-bum. Sorry. I thought French was a joke.
Is mutiny funny to you?
I don't know, maybe a mutiny of clowns.
Because I fear that one faction led... I can't trust anyone at the ISA, which is why I came to ISIS.
Because of our loyalty.
Or lack thereof.
Or whatever.
Because I need a small cadre of highly trained agents to fly into orbit and help me retake control of Horizon.
Space mission.
All right.
He just said highly trained, and the last time I checked, none of us were even lowly trained to be astronauts.
Well, how hard could it be?
Incredibly.
But since apparently money is...
Dude, they did Armageddon.
The training... This mission will be dangerous.
Would you say we'd be venturing into a zone of danger?
Well, yes, obviously.
Danger
No,
zone.
but I mean, how would you phrase that?
The zone will be one of danger.
No, I mean, not if you'd say the thing. Forget it. Never mind. And you never
Come on,
mind.
he
and
missed
also
it.
shut up.
He missed
Danger
it.
zone, baby.
Jesus, Krieger, that's the bone.
Oh, the mean doctor take the widow baby's blood and widow baby goes, ow!
He's always slapping people.
What is the deal with all the enemas? And why do you need so much blood? And wait, now that I think about it,
Why is this man in the restricted area?
Who? Him?
You.
Krieger! Smoke bomb!
Why aren't you with...
I was told I had to undergo a bunch of extremely invasive medical tests.
Well, normally you would, but by our doctors. But since you're on such an accelerated training schedule...
6 enemas is a luxury we can ill afford. Got it.
6?
Or, who knows, he put me under. Maybe 12?
Now you've wasted half...
Your wife is a very lucky...
Oh, I'm a widower.
Oh!
Mallory.
Difficult to meet people, isn't it, in jobs like ours? I only mention it because I also happen to be single.
Yes, I know. Excuse me.
He blew her off.
Turned down.
Oh,
That is disgusting.
Dude,
Drake said let me fly it.
Cut it out, Archer! I'm landing! Come on, baby.
Why would you let Cyril would not be the person I'd have for a mission like that?
I've seen things like that. This music video, they went to that thing. Space station.
What the hell
What's going on in here?
Archer!
And knowing that my colleague's life was in danger, I acted without thinking.
As always.
Not always. Well, thank God you did. But almost always. The vomit comet!
Yep.
If you're wondering why we call it that...
It's all in my hair.
Oh, dude.
What's wrong with you, Lana? That's why we call it that.
What possible reason could there be to subject human beings to...
That'd be awesome. I would die.
There's some planes there's some people that offer that service there where you can go up a plane and drop really fast to go weightlessness.
Yeah.
We'll do this 20 times. Weightlessness. So you can get it.
I want to do that, bro. I want to do that sometime in my life.
Weightless.
0 G.
That would be amazing.
Getting used to, but
I need to do that, bro.
What is going on with you? What are you crazy? What's not to
Oh no! No!
Please don't do this!
Oh! Terrible.
Oh my gosh.
Even in zero gravity, you're an asshole.
you were saying to the wet
Whoa.
towel-wielding survivor of 15 years of boarding school locker rooms,
Wait, 15?
or whatever the normal number.
12?
Yes, we will launch in 12 hours.
Sir, I'm not sure Lana, sorry honey, is physically capable of spaceflight.
Ray?
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Agent Kane. Because you're going.
It's ominous music.
It's just one of danger. Why is she here?
Because Tony invited me.
Tony? What, are you trying to get my mother into the Million Mile High Club?
Sterling!
Archer.
Would you calm the hell down?
And just so you know, she
Can't breathe.
Flight, we're showing suit number 2 with an O2 malfunction.
double check that control. I'm showing green across the board.
Stand by.
That's a Roger. Standing by.
Tony, please. He'll behave. Won't he?
Excellent.
2 is showing normal, but keep an eye on it.
Oh, I will. Resume countdown.
I'd be shitting my pants.
Oh, dude.
Yep.
Just relax and rely on your training.
Dude, Mallory would pass out.
That was phase 2.
Did not like...
Wait till you see phase 3.
What? Phase 3?
Kidding, there is no. I assume there's a bar. A bar? Or whatever. Cantina. Please. Horizon has artificial gravity. Look, see how it spins on its longitudinal axis? Lana, look at it spin. When we reach the bridge, we'll retake control of Horizon. The M41 Mark II plasma pulse rifle with concussion grenade launcher.
Does look amazing.
It fires an ion pulse, similar to an EMP.
Gonna shoot some of it.
Careful, even on stun it can...
Shit.
Oops. Clear!
Oh man.
As I was saying, it's possible for the EMP to stop a man's heart. So, stun may be a bit of a misnomer.
Right.
On this trajectory, we'll miss Horizon. Control, what happened?
Stand by. Flight, we're showing that you are grossly overweight.
Oh, Fur. I wouldn't say gross.
Oh.
I would be well within my rights to jettison both of you into space. I've decided to take you with us. But I want to know how you got aboard.
What do you mean, how? Mr. Armstrong!
Thank you.
So that safety's tricky, huh? Clear!
Oh man, really?
Pam.
Son of a shit-snacking whore.
Mr. Figgis, lock that man in the cargo hold. Me?
I freaking
Ms. Archer?
In case I need to sterilize something.
Oh my god.
Jeez Louise.
No!
Cyril, come on, let me out.
No! You jerk! You shoot me in the heart with a space blaster?
You're still mad about that?
Not to mention whatever idiot...
You're screwing him, aren't you?
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
No!
That'd be fun.
I watched this, I can't remember what it was, but there was a stowaway, and there was this big like the way they calculate the oxygen, the weight of everything is crazy.
Oh yeah.
Agent Kane, I need a readout. Oh, for God's sakes, woman. Dramamine.
It makes me sleepy.
Yeah, it does.
I'd rather be sleepy than
Oh, yeah.
nauseous.
Heck, if you need some help, I'll...
No, we can't jeopardize the women.
Cough.
Well, not you.
No, Agent Kane, I'm afraid your particular skill set outweighs...
Archer's dominated the skill set.
Yeah, you're right.
37.
That looks like a level for a video game, doesn't it?
It does.
Like
Absolutely.
a Gears of War.
What the hell?
Yeah,
What is
for
wrong
sure.
with me?
It's the artificial gravity. You have to readjust to it. Drop your weapons! Drop your weapons!
They got the same guns.
It says 5.
So does this run
Yeah,
on
'cause
batteries?
Oh, really?
He's gonna be there.
You don't
Archer.
think I could rock this?
Hang on.
Saying that.
Ice whirl.
Orange.
Ice whirl.
Oh, she's
Oh, that's
chasing it with the
Isopropyl alcohol, yeah.
That'd taste like.
Pretty sure to kill you.
I'm sorry.
For what? Space blastering me in the frickin' tits? Or tricking me into that fart locker to get blasted into outer goddamn space on the off chance you might want to bang me?
Both, I guess. Look,
After you blew me off for Katya, the big-titted cyborg. Little Miss,
R2-double-D2?
Reset the.
Jesus, you're like a dog in a station wagon.
Quickie?
woo!
Jeez. Doing that in zero
Oh, the
gravity.
Angel of Death spread his wings on.
I call that the Moab. It stands
Her belly's a little bigger than I recall.
Archer! Hang on. Yes, Archer dog. I'm hit! Do I have to do everything? He asked, intending to be facetious.
I'm sorry.
Okay, he's rich. Little,
Yeah.
He can.
Suffering from gigantism?
Oh my God, am I glad
Wait,
to
and
see
who are the
you.
people in the?
We couldn't have held out much longer.
We got here as fast as we could.
My God, you're wounded. Please, we'll take those.
Oh, yeah, and
Uh-oh.
here you go.
Uh-oh.
Are
Yep.
you wounded too?
2 more on the Intrepid. Stowaway.
Oh, he's lower.
Almost as good as her.
2 more? Then we can populate Mars even faster than we'd hoped.
What?
Did you say Mars?
They're the mutineers.
Oh, fuck her.
Double crossed.
Welcome to the danger zone.
Oh my God.
He said it.
He did such a cool
did
way
say
too.
it, yeah.
All right, guys, what'd you think?
I wondered why the Commander Drake, he was very adamant about getting there and fulfilling the mission. I understand you know you want to get rid of the mutineers, but there's just something off about how adamant he was about. I didn't like the cut of his jibs.
Oh wow, Bryan Cranston played him.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay.
From Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. You know, I liked the episode a lot. I was wondering what the turn was going to be, and it was that, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah. It was a really good episode.
Now, in terms of like for me, like really funny moments, it didn't have that, and that usually is like my favorite thing about this type of show. But I still thought it was humorous.
Yeah. This is just part 1 of this storyline, so
Yeah.
there'll be another one. Now, you guys, would you guys go to outer space?
Yeah.
We have the balls to do it.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I would.
I don't like heights.
Because I'm sick, I feel like I wouldn't even go to Parkersburg right now.
How are you with planes?
I can do planes.
You can do planes?
I
Okay.
can do them, but I don't do them well.
No, but-
I don't do planes well at all.
I don't
at
do
all.
planes well.
So I don't think I could do the outer space thing just because I don't do planes well.
Yeah, dude, like I'll get some turbulence and I'll be like, oh, it's time.
I'm thinking it's it. I'm
By
gonna die
time, I
today.
mean like 50 seconds to 2 or 3 minutes of horror.
Yeah, horror falling from the sky,
Yeah.
screaming.
Is that accurate as far as like the big, almost like windshield on those things where like they can actually see out, like
Yeah.
when they're going up?
I don't know. I don't know what it's
into the
like for them.
atmosphere?
I don't know.
I figure
feel-
that it's closed. I would think when they're launching it'd probably be enclosed. You know what I mean? Just because you would think the pressure. I don't know. It's a good
Yeah,
question.
I have no idea. Yeah.
That'd be terrifying.
I see those on every movie and show. So
Yeah, I mean, I've watched Elon Musk's, what's his?
SpaceX.
SpaceX, yeah. I've
Yeah.
watched them launch quite a few times. And it seems to me that they can't see outside of it.
Okay.
They're kind of in a little capsule or whatever
So
inside
SpaceX?
the big thing.
SpaceX is NASA. It's like a NASA too.
They work together now, yeah, I think.
Oh yeah, but they're a private company as opposed NASA is
government.
Is government owned, yeah.
Right, but I think they definitely work together. I'm pretty certain about that. I did want to clarify one thing on the robots.
Yeah.
From the previous episode. Is if you
still thinking about it.
If you exchange your robot, you would keep the girl would keep the same personality if you liked it. The robot would keep the same personality. It would just be like, putting different headlights on your car, but it'd be the same engine inside.
Yeah, but would it be one of those things to where they wouldn't have the choice to be disloyal?
Thinking about this.
No, I'm sorry. Remember when I said
He's a sextile engineer.
Remember when I talked about exchanging them, and he told me it was disloyal to the robot.
Yeah,
she would be the same. It'd be just like taking her to the beauty shop.
Where does it get brought up?
Hey, honey, today we're gonna take you and we're gonna
get your oil changed.
We're gonna change some things around. Okay, you want to go?
Some new engine parts.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like a dog. Do you want to go
Yeah.
to the park?
It'd be the same personality, but you'd just be like, hey, we're gonna go change your skin today. I'm kind of interested in a little darker skin. You know what I mean? We're gonna go to the tanning bed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe, okay. One thing that he talked about in the beginning that kind of leads credence to his little twist at the end was him talking about, him getting really defensive over space travel, saying that in a certain amount of years, we're going to, overpopulation is going to happen, and then water's going to run out, and we're going to be fighting over that.
Right.
So, right now, population is declining in developed nations.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Because it's going to actually lead to a lot of bad things. Yeah, I mean,
Major.
we're having I think in China specifically, they have
The 2-child rule.
yeah, the 2-child rule, or the 1-child rule.
It was the one
the
child,
1-child
yeah.
rule that Mao put in there. It's really screwed them up.
Yeah, they're
So
gonna
and
use problems.
basically they have a bunch of old people, and they have a bunch of babies, and they have no one our age.
Right.
Yeah.
So our generation, we're supposed to be veterans and veteran engineers, scientists over there. They don't have any of those. All their veterans are old as hell and
They're
they're retiring,
retiring.
or they're already retired.
Yeah, so they're gonna.
So they're doing everything they can to have more children and stuff like that, but it's too late. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And there's going to be this really extreme economic collapse. Yeah. So South Korea, it's happening. They think it'll happen in Russia, and they think right now we're America's in all the beginning stages of it.
Right.
Because right now we're having less children.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. It's
Yeah.
gonna be a major issue, I think, in the future.
Yeah.
You all right?
I have a lot of kids.
Oh, good.
No, I don't. I want 2.
I thought you said you want to have 5.
No, that's horrible. I want 2.
Okay.
I don't want to deal with a bunch of little heathens running around,
Oh, maybe.
pay for their dinner, Christmas.
Maybe, yeah.
If they even have a Christmas. I want
Maybe they'll cancel like my dad did when he threw the Christmas tree out the back porch. Yeah.
remember that.
Also, funny thing about non-lethal fire, just because I think it's California, or specifically certain places in California, they're doing this non-lethal fire bullshit for the police officers.
Right.
Now, when you're a cop, you never
Don't
deal
even
with
ask my opinion. I don't want to go to. I don't even want to talk
What
about it.
do you mean by that? Like the taser?
Basically.
no rubber bullets and shit.
Yeah, if the cops.
So there's this
Life
dude.
in danger.
There's this dude walking with a hatchet.
I
he
saw
was
that, I
walking
think.
through the streets.
Yeah.
And they were shooting the shit out of him. He was just walking
Yeah.
like that, walking towards everyone, and they were
Yeah.
running away from him. Yeah, I mean, dude,
Embarrassing.
that's fucking embarrassing. His policies are just ruining that fucking state.
Yeah, that state's struggling, and I know people that live in California.
Yes,
Los
I got
Angeles,
some
San
close. I got
Francisco.
some close friends who live there.
Yeah, and they say it's just horrible.
There's shit everywhere and piss
Yeah, there's
everywhere.
actually an app.
Literally.
There's
It's
actually
like
an app.
1900s.
There's actually an app for San Francisco that plots where all the piles of shit are in the city. I don't know what the point of it is, but the whole thing's brown, because there's so many people shitting on the streets. Yeah,
Why?
just letting loose.
Why?
It's embarrassing.
I mean, yeah, all we need is a leader from another country, from a communist country, to come. They'll clean that thing up real quick.
They did. They sure as hell did.
I think they probably consider themselves.
Ohio.
They're on the cutting edge, leading.
Ohio's on top.
I don't know if we're on top.
What other state? Wyoming?
Definitely not
Who
on
even lives
top.
in Wyoming?
I don't know.
I don't know what the
Florida's
best state is.
open.
Yeah,
I just know
how do you-
California right now is struggling.
How do you quantify what's the best state? We just know.
So I know West Virginia is one of the worst because if we talk about the most poor
Poverty.
people, poverty,
Yeah.
poverty, West Virginia, all the coal miners over there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jeremy Ansel.
Still love you, Jeremy.
Yeah, I love you, buddy. But Ohio's not rich.
No.
We're kind of in the middle.
I think we're kind of middle. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So that non-lethal force thing, I thought was funny.
Yeah.
I understand, obviously sometimes.
It
But
turned out to be pretty lethal though, because it stopped
Yeah, the way it shocks you.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and the fact that Archer brought Pam there for that.
Well,
You're grossly overweight.
I'd forgotten about Pam now that Katya's out of the picture. I'd forgotten about Archer and Pam maybe ramping things up again.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. This is what I have a problem with what she said. When she's like, oh, well, you ditched me for you know, big-titted Katya, blah, blah, blah. It's like, listen.
R2-D2?
You guys should have an understanding that you guys were strictly just fooling around. And that Katya was his fiance, and there was going to be a wedding and all this other stuff.
Right.
I don't know. I just think Pam was a little bit out of line, but
catching feelings, you think?
Yeah, like I understand, like that happens, right? Like,
yeah, I get it. No, I really think that any sensible human being, oh, your fiance's back. You know, this was what it was.
Right.
I should be thanking God that even happened. You know what I mean? I've been Pam. You know what I mean? So, you know, I did have a problem with Arthur splitting it off. I mean, I think if you're in her position, you have to come to those own conclusions as a reasonable person.
Right.
But I think if there's ever a conversation, I'm sure Archer would not be very, very good or polite about it.
Absolutely.
Which is unfortunate. Right. That's the only bad thing about that situation.
Yeah.
I like to think that I would be, you know, I've never been in a situation to where someone's come back, I've had to tell the girl, hey, listen, sorry, you know. But I feel like I would have, I feel like I would let them down well.
Yeah, I think you would.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't think anything else. So it was a good episode, but we got another one left.
Just one last thought. Malachi, I was thinking about what you said, like, about halfway through the episode about, you know, Archer. He can kind of be an idiot, but I don't think there's any doubt that he's by far the best operative.
Yeah.
As far as in the field.
Him or Lana.
Or Lana, yeah. But I'm sitting here thinking, like...
If it's a gunfight, it's definitely Lana.
He's like the version of...
James Bond?
James Bond.
It definitely makes sense now why Commander Drake wanted Archer locked up in the ship, because he's out of play then.
Absolutely. Yep.
And I just kind of put two and two together, but now I'm sitting here wondering, like, would you have brought Archer at all, knowing that he's by far the best agent?
Yeah, I don't think you can go in that situation and try to leave him out, because it'd be like Palpatine trying to get Anakin on the Jedi Council, even, you know, because he's from the outside. Like, he can't come in there and say, oh, by this Archer guy, I don't want him on there.
Yeah, I agree with you completely.
Yeah, there'd be no way he could do that without rubbing people the wrong way. And honestly, like, everything happened perfectly for Archer to get expelled from the mission. Like, he couldn't control those things.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
So was Commander Drake getting injured in the firefight? So they thought were
the Mutineers
were actually the
they were
good
trying
people.
to stop. Yeah, they were the good people.
They were trying to stop people, like, you know, trying to have this. I actually never read Lord of the Flies, but this Lord of the Flies situation where they bring breeding stock on board.
Yeah, but like, here's the thing: what if Lana would have? Now they don't know that Pam and Mallory are still on the ship. They might, but what if Lana gets killed in the firefight? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. Yeah, I have no idea.
Next time.
I don't know. Maybe they were counting on the other side using non-lethal fire as well.
I think it's just such a well-designed, devious plan that it's beyond my realm of comprehension.
It might be that. Or when he did say, "Oh, you're needed for your," you know, when he made it, he had this weird. When he wanted Lana in there, he made it sound like, "Oh, you're the exception, Lana." But what if she did get killed? Like, why not leave her behind? Take all the men.
Oh, you're sick. You're not, you know, stay on the ship.
Yeah, and he was like, "You're going." You know what I mean? And also, you need a diverse population to people to sustain like a growing population.
Absolutely.
Like a breeding population. You can't just have one girl. I know she's black or half black or something. As Archer would say, you're blackish, but that's not enough. I think you need dozens of women of different. Like, and they have to look at your genetics and make sure you're not related and stuff like that.
Too close together, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, that's it.